Tonight on the Super Important Show, we discuss the worst Skittles flavor ever, learn some fancy new words, and find out one thing you shouldn't put googly eyes on. I'm one of your hosts, Dustin Diodato, and joining me, as always, is my amazing host, Heather Jules Booth. Hello, Heather Jules Booth.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
And tonight we have a very special guest, the wonderful Rachel Scherer. Hello, Rachel.
Hello. I'm giving y'all jazz hands.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, Rach, for people who don't know you, tell us a little bit about who you are, what you're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, hi, I'm Rachel Scherer. I am a longtime improviser and performer in and around New York. I, for a while, toured the country with a show that was a lot like Whose Line Is It Anyway? So, you know, my people in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, I think, shout out. I've been from there to Delaware and back. I have also, in my time, done a series of commercials that you'd never want to see. Shout out to being a Chuck E. Cheese mom. Yeah, that was a real thing I did. Please don't be intimidated. I'm still just a person. And
too late. I'm already intimidated.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot for anyone to handle. And, you know, these days, still performing. I make my living as a creative director specializing in messaging and verbal branding. And I am delighted to be on the show with both of you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks so much for doing it. Thanks so much. Heather, you want to get us into it? You want to get us into our world you
do
crazy?
I ever. Yes, I would love to. Y'all, today's world you crazy. Dustin and I are in a sketch comedy group together. Dustin's my director, and we just recently did a sketch that basically was this.
Yep.
So I never expected to see this be a real story. The title of this story is My First Walkies. Japanese man who bought $12,000 pounds dog costume finally goes outside, makes canine friends as he settles into his new life as a collie. It says the unidentified man dog has built a following of almost 30,000 on YouTube. I'm not sure how that keeps him unidentified. Because he's refused to reveal his face or name for fear of judgment from peers. This is a dog lover. He's achieved internet fame because he has wanted for a very long time to become an animal. He calls himself Toko, and he spent 2 million yen, which equates to 12,480 pounds, which what does that come out to, like 24,000 American dollars, roughly, I think, to fulfill his fantasy of becoming an animal.
Yeah.
He has posted a bunch of updates on YouTube, playing in his backyard on all fours. I don't know why I did air quotes. He really is doing that. And attempting to perform tricks in exchange for fake dog food. And he's now ventured into the world to meet other people and animals for the first time. There are surreal videos posted called I Want to Be an Animal, where he is seen being taken out for a walk on a leash and sniffing at other dogs in the park before rolling around.
I think
on the
I got
floor.
one. I don't know if it's going to work, but you want me to give it a
Are you ready? Oh my God, please, because it's... Yep.
There he is, just hanging out.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh God, this is so ridiculous.
I love everything about this, every part of it.
Careful. Are you good?
I'm shocked that the other animals don't like attack. I'm shocked that the other animals are like cool.
Because, like, here's my thought. It's a pretty good dog costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty decent. It doesn't look like, oh, here we go. That one dog's like, nope.
Yeah.
But it's still clearly not an animal. Like, it's a good dog suit, but you can still see that that's...
Yeah.
And now he's waving like a human, which is spoiling that, like, there's obviously...
Yeah. This video is like 4 minutes longer than already. Like, I can stop it at any point. Let me know when you...
I mean, it's pretty amazing. Joy is saying it must be hot in there. Yep.
It must be.
What I love about this so much too is like I sort of wish for every billionaire that decided to put on a cowboy hat and go to space that they did this instead. Like this is the most wholesome thing of being like, you know what, I'm just going to become a really cute
I would
animal.
just like to become a collie. Yeah.
I want to be a collie and entertain children and perhaps other collies in the park.
Yeah. And meet other dogs.
Sure. Dog meetups, that's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, they're not like immediately freaking out, which is pretty amazing.
It really is.
I mean,
I also I like the fact that they went so far as to like blur the faces of the pet owners in case like you know
in case they're like, I didn't sign up for this.
this swings back on them somehow. We find out later that the dog suit was toxic. Like
Yeah.
they're with this.
All right, I think we get it, but and we have just the noble still of him just being a dog
Yeah.
with dead
Yep.
eyes.
That is the part of it that's like, that's how you know it's not a real animal.
Yeah.
That and the something in the jaw looks a little slightly off.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, so this guy just he said ever since he was a child, he's dreamed of being an animal. And he's like, some people dream of being a superhero. I've dreamed of being an animal. It's part of my transformation. I don't know if that means he's actually fully becoming an animal. But he does admit he doesn't want people he works with to know that this is him.
That makes sense.
So he, But he also says he noticed that the wind felt nice in his fur and that he wears sandals to protect his feet.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I got to agree with Joy's point. I don't know if we brought it up yet, but the fact that he's able to
hot it
stay...
is?
No,
Oh, no,
being
I
in a
didn't see this
crouch
part yet.
position.
I agree.
My knees
Yeah.
hurt watching him do that.
That would
Like,
hurt.
Yeah.
I wonder if
There's
that's
no
like a V2 suit improvement. If he gets to go back to the suit makers and be like, okay, great first shot out of the gate. Really love it. Just a few notes. My joints don't bend that way. So for future iterations, can we make it compatible with human joints? Second of all, per Dustin's point earlier, it's lacking a certain nobility inherent in the collie. So can we really get that like? Well, I know Baldo wasn't quite there, but can we look to classic dogs for inspiration?
Yeah.
And other than that, no notes.
Yeah. And other than that, no notes.
Yeah. I mean, we have AI at this point. Like, the eyes can follow some shit. There's no reason at this point that the eyes should be as dead as they are. Like, put some motion tracking in there.
And
let
they
them,
really
move
are
around.
the part of it that like makes you go, oh, this is not real.
Yeah. And I think if it were me, I would, and I saw him, as soon as he started doing like the wave thing, I'd be like, stop it. Stop it. You're ruining the illusion. You did everything, and then you went with a wave.
Yeah,
Like,
and then you were like,
yeah.
it's like
You're-
dogs don't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're being lazy. Is all
We're
I'm saying.
seeing like a mime talk, like in his
Exactly.
in his downtime, and this is just hey, we need to keep the reality consistent.
Yeah, we need to keep that illusion.
So
but,
would either
so
of you do this? Would either of you? So you're saying if you had the costume, would either of you go outside in it?
I would try it on, and like I'd probably go outside for like a half hour, maybe not even, maybe 10 minutes, just to see.
Okay.
Okay.
Rachel?
I feel attacked by this question
Oh.
because Toko got to maintain privacy. This is a pseudonym, and this feels very personal. But despite the harsh attack I just received, I would 100% do it. Yes. Sign me
Okay.
up.
Yeah.
See, I feel like, I mean, go for it. And this is not a judgment on either of you guys' thing. I'm not saying that this is an appropriate response to it, but I feel like being in New York, if you went out in a full dog costume, people would be like, oh, that's a sex thing for sure. Like, I feel like they would just assume that you were being like, I'm open for business. Where is the obvious hole in the butt area? Because that's what must be.
Listen, when I saw the headline for this article before I clicked on it, I was like, oh, what in the furry hell? And then when I read it, I was like, oh, it's, as Rachel pointed out, actually quite wholesome. It's just a person who really wants to be a dog.
Yeah. I guess we're calling that wholesome now.
Yeah, well, I was thinking Dustin earlier, like I'm inspired by many things creatively, but I wish there were anything in my life that I cared about so much that I was like, make me a goddamn dog costume that looks so fucking realistic.
Mm-hmm.
This is my passion and I want to see it realized. Like that person is pure passion. And, whether it's misinterpreted as a sex thing or not, depending on where they go, I got to get behind that. That's going all in.
Okay. Yeah. This felt the place that he was felt like either Central Park or like Washington Square Park in my mind.
Yeah.
Which you can't.
It looked it. Yeah.
You can't go to either of those places in a dog costume and not have it be a sex thing. So, like, if there's a different park you can go to, I recommend you going to a different park that's not already established as a sex park. Which
wait, Central Park and Washington Square Park are just known New York City sex parks?
As far as I'm pretty sure they are.
It's on the Diodado Sex Park Index.
Yeah.
Right. I realized that you were keeping a list. It's like that website that's like New York City bathrooms. Dustin's got a New York City sex park list.
Right. Like there's the park right by my place, not a sex park. It's just a park where people play basketball. But Central Park, everybody's having sex in Central Park. So Washington Square Park is not traditionally a sex park, but it is a place that people go to buy drugs, and then half the time they're probably just like, you know what, I'm so high. Let's do it.
I will admit, I thought of Washington Square Park as like the drug park.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you think they're doing? What do you think they're doing after they get high?
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
Enjoying the drugs.
Yeah, 646, I pointed out, he knew about the Rambles years before he moved to New York City. That's just you get it.
Yeah. God bless. That's what it's there for.
Yep.
Joy would like to point out now she realizes that that's where you go to.
No, I'm saying I don't go to those places.
No, just to rate them. It's like understanding your personal devil, right? You really have to investigate the evil to better understand it.
Exactly.
Right? That's what all the proselytizing people do, right? Mm-hmm. So like, yeah, Dustin, you spending a lot of time in sex parks makes total sense because it's purely for investigation.
Right. Yeah. How else would I know how else would I know to avoid going there for sex if I didn't wait around until sex was happening?
And wear a dog costume with like a hole near the butt.
Right.
Yeah, obviously.
Right. That's not entrapment. That's just a thing that you're doing to make sure the people to understand what the situation is.
Yeah, I'm so glad we got this clear. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dustin, you hate to break this to you.
Okay, moving on to our next story.
Amazing.
Rachel, why don't you take it away?
Sure. Well, I just wanted you all to know, for any aficionados of sugar candy out there, it is being reported that Skittles' newest flavor does not taste like the rainbow, and that in celebration of National Mustard Day, which, as we all know, is August 5th, and this is why I'm wearing this colored top, and also Heather, flash them nails, because you're right in line with
I'm
this.
Right there.
You're right there.
I am. Good point.
To celebrate National Mustard Day, Skittles has partnered with French's Mustard to make its first ever mustard flavored Skittle. And a press release describes the candies as having a tangy mustard flavor combined with the candy's iconic chewy texture doused in a yellow coloring. Unfortunately, it will not be on store shelves. People brave enough to try the new flavor can do that at French's Mustard Mobile that's stopping in 3 U.S. cities, including Atlanta, Washington, and New York.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, friends. I don't know. Are any of us here Skittles fans?
I'm a huge Skittles fan. I love Skittles. This sounds like the worst fucking idea ever to me, though. I like, here's the thing. In terms of like things that I actually legitimately do research on, Skittles is a great alternative for a meal if you have to have candy. Uh,
Wait. Rewind.
Okay.
A great alternative for a meal if you have to have candy.
Right.
This is a forced choice.
Right. In other words, you're in a situation where you're like, hey, I'm nowhere near a store that has like a legitimate lunch. And I just have like a weird shitty deli on the corner and I need to eat something.
I'm going to taste the rainbow.
Yeah. Tasting the rainbow is the way to go.
Okay.
Skittles will fill you up for a while, more so than like a Snickers bar. You'll be like, oh, that's good. But like 15 minutes later, I'm hungry again. Skittles will, in fact, like keep you full for like 3 or 4 hours.
So Snickers does not satisfy.
It satisfies for a short amount of time. There's not enough information in their slogan. It is very satisfying for a little while, whereas Skittles will satisfy for like a good 3 or 4 hours, unless it's French's mustard flavor.
Yeah.
And then it will make you vomit whatever you've already eaten. So like if your goal is like if your goal is puking, this seems like the good way to go.
Okay, I'm gonna offer a counterpoint here that might be unpopular, which
Excellent.
is so there are like chilies out there, like, you know, good, not like Chili's the restaurant, but like chilies that you make, where one of the primary ingredients in it is chocolate in the base of the chili, right? And you never really taste it. You're not like, what's the, you know, I'm getting hints of you know, Hershey's. Like it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's just like it adds a richness to it. It's part of the base. It just makes it like feel really hearty and good. And I'm sort of wondering if this mustard Skittles is like, hey, you know what? We take it to Katz's. We get that pastrami. We squish in some of these Skittles. And guess what? Taste fucking sensation, my friends. Like new levels, adding a little sweetness in there to the fattiness to like, you know, what's that? Salt, acid, sugar, fat, other story. I don't know. You get what I'm saying. The point is,
like a base and an acid can like
exactly. What if it's adding a new culinary dimension to stuff and we just don't know?
Even if it was, I'm gonna make another stand here. French's is a shitty mustard to begin with. Golden's is where it's at. Like French's is already like, I only have 8 cents to spend on mustard. That's the mustard I'm gonna get. So even if it's like spot on, even if I'm like, hey, I really want a hot dog and I want to throw some Skittles on this shit and feel like I had both candy and mustard, I'm not putting Golden's on there. I mean, I'm not putting French's on there unless like I have to. Unless like it's my, and you know, unless there's a gun pointed at me. I'm definitely not doing it.
First of all, I think it's really brave of you to take on Big Mustard in this one.
Yeah.
in this one show, because I mean, we know it's a conglomerate, it's a monopoly. So thank you for being a whistleblower and speaking out.
Yeah.
And secondly, what if adding that Skittles onto your hot dog created a level of satisfaction that Snickers could not?
You will have to tell me, because I will not find out on my own. You will have to like.
Again, flying in the face of Big Mustard, and you know what, man?
Look,
I'm sitting here while you're all talking about this, and I'm Googling where I have to go to get these on August 5th, because I will do it. I will do it.
Also, like French's is too fucking yellow. Like look at this. Like that's if you Pantone yellow, that's the color of the fucking like Skittles and French's mustard, and nothing is that like you're making it that yellow. It's garbage.
This is true, but I'm gonna add one more potentially controversial idea in here, which is I think if you replaced the current lemon yellow in the Skittles packet with the mustard yellow, I think it would still be an improvement, because yellow is the worst Skittles flavor.
I mean, I'll give you, but
the tanginess might go nicely with all the sweet stuff in the Skittles.
I'm saying.
All right. Well, I mean, Heather, go find the truck. You do the research. I did the research on the sex parks. You do the research on the mustard Skittles.
Okay, so that's where we're going. All right.
Yeah.
Oh my! Can we get some on-location reporting?
Yes.
Yeah, we
like
probably
when you
can.
go.
Actually, we should do that. We should.
Yeah, do it. 100%.
I'll do it. Yep.
We'll still have to eat Snoop Loops. We
do have to eat Snoop Loops as well. Yeah.
Rachel, if you have in previous episodes, we've discussed Snoop Dogg has a cereal, originally called Snoop Loops, but then they got sued, and now it's Snoop Cereal. We've been meaning to actually eat it, but we came across some controversy in last week's episode about how they're planting reviews.
They're buying reviews, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's time to ferret out the truth and get some actual taste buds involved.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I also do want to comment on Sarah Nowak's comment of the mouthfeel.
Yep. What that mouthfeel do.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that, like, if I'm eating a hot dog with Skittles, like, the chunkiness of the Skittles would be very off-putting to me. I like a consistent texture with all of my food. I don't like surprises in each bite. I like to know exactly how it's going to be.
Because I was going to say, like, what if you put little, like, slits in the hot dog and then stuffed the Skittles into those?
Oh, that's so much more upsetting.
Love it.
Oh my God.
Love it.
I'm scarred by that thought.
Okay, let's go one past and start talking about St. Patrick's Day boiled dinner. Now, we all know that, like, that cabbage, that potato, that pastrami, it's making friends in the pot. But when you pull it out of the pot, the only appropriate condiment is yellow mustard.
Yes.
I'm just saying, why can't we consider a Skittle sauce?
Do it.
Done.
Do it.
Hey, we are now today spawning a whole new segment of Super Important Show that is purely it's purely food. It's food time.
It's all the food
that I
You're
do not want to eat.
Here, live. It's happening live.
Yeah.
This is being created in front of you. So I'll let you both get on that.
Yeah, I'm in.
Anything else on this, or do we want to move on before some of us puke?
Well, listen, I mean, we don't know when the big mustard goons are coming after us, so I'd just as soon keep going.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Which brings us to my story. Listen, we like to think that all romances are going to end with happiness, especially when they're with ghosts. But it turns out that a singer who married a ghost, guys, it didn't work out. And
what?
And I just want to share that, like, it all started really well. A singer by the name of, I think, Brocade. Let me get my research up so that I get this. I get this right. Where is? Brocard. Singer from
Brocard, like Picard.
Yeah. Who's a singer and performer from Oxfordshire, which I don't believe is a real place. I think it's a place that the British made up to see if we would believe that it existed.
Yeah, that's fair.
In 2022, she married a ghost named Eduardo. Eduardo had fought in the war. He was a soldier. He was described as devilishly handsome. And then, according to her, one dark and stormy night, he busted into her room and romanced her and said that he was in love with her, and they got married. Now, I want you to take a moment, and I want you to visualize what you think this lady looks like. Because
I mean,
got it, nailed it.
Star Trek ruined this for me because it's Beverly Crusher. That's who it is.
But if you think of somebody who would marry a ghost, if you visualize it, it is definitely this lady right here.
That is correct.
It is 100% this lady.
Look at that Sarah Brightman-esque ghost-loving face.
God love her Amy Lee from Evanescence.
Yep.
She's got it, and she's doing us goths proud.
Right. Now visualize the ceremony, which will also be exactly like you're picturing it, which is just her in a black dress with candles marrying a nothing.
I've never realized that this was the thumbnail for this show and that's what this was.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is amazing.
And I watched the ceremony earlier. The poor guy who was doing the ceremony had to like turn and look at the nothing while the ceremony was happening, and she just giggled and said that he said yes. So you would think that, like, yes, it is seal officiating.
I like his jacket. It's a great jacket.
You would think that, like, that there wouldn't be too many problems marrying a ghost. because like, what are they gonna do? It turns out this is a very I'm gonna go ahead and call it wandering ghost. Issues already started on the night of their honeymoon. Eduardo got drunk and became belligerent. And then, wouldn't you know it, while the ceremony was going on, Marilyn Monroe shows up, walking through the chapel in Oxfordshire, and all of a sudden Eduardo's like, "Who is that over there?" And then he would just disappear for long periods of time, hanging out with. She didn't know for sure that he was hanging out with Marilyn Monroe, but every time he returned, he smelled like Chanel No. 5, which made her believe that that's who he was hanging out with.
Oh my God.
Eventually, he started to get more and more belligerent, started haunting her with the sounds of screaming babies. And eventually...
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why. And eventually, she went back to the chapel where they got married, and she exorcised him and got rid of him. So she is essentially calling that a divorce.
I need a timeline, though. What was the timeline for marriage and exorcism?
Under a year.
Under a year. Okay,
Wow.
but it wasn't the same day.
No, it wasn't the same day. They got married in summer of 2022. They got he got exorcised within the last few weeks. So,
Wow.
I mean, if those crazy kids can't make it, like, it makes me nervous for everybody. It's like they had it all going for them.
It's such a sobering statistic to know that, like, what is it, over 50% of corporeal marriages end in divorce. And now knowing that we can't bridge that ghost human gap, and even their divorce is a thing, like, really, what hope do we all have?
Yeah, I mean, seemingly 100%.
100%. Yeah.
Well, do we know that there's never been another ghost human marriage per se?
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard of romances, but I don't know if they've like ended in marriage.
There are a number of Hallmark movies that would say yes, they have happened.
Yeah.
So just saying. But secondarily,
and you know what the name of those are? Trouble in the Sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's that weird scene from Ghostbusters where they're
the Dan Aykroyd.
Yes.
Scene.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about
No,
that.
no, we don't.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'll back away. I'll back away.
But here's my second question, which is, or I have two follow-up questions on this, which are, one, how did Eduardo get drunk? Like, is there ghost booze? Is that a thing?
Sarah, I don't know if you saw in the chat, but Sarah said on spirits, which is
Nice.
outstanding.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you for getting there. And second question, if he showed up smelling like Chanel No. 5, how do we know he's not hanging out with Coco Chanel? Why is
if he's a ghost, right?
Excellent point.
Right.
Are there no other ghosts that have a signature scent?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. As not a ghost, I don't know. That's an excellent question.
Fair.
I mean, what are the odds of Marilyn Monroe just showing up at your wedding? Like, I don't think she was invited. He didn't know her. He didn't know her before this. It wasn't even like he knew her because he became fascinated by her after that.
Yeah, but here's what I think. I think if you're a ghost and you're like, "Hey, ghost friends, I'm marrying a human, a corporeal being," wouldn't you also show? I'd be like, "I want to check this weird shit out." Yeah. So I would show up to this ghost ceremony. I want to see.
But you think it was like in the ghost paper? Or like he sent out ghost invitations? Like how...
Yes.
Like Marilyn Monroe doesn't have better things to do than be like, oh, I'm going to go to some random fucking wedding in Oxfordshire?
Yeah. The Boo York Times. They all read it.
Boo.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Dustin hates puns.
Yeah, that's it.
You know that.
He didn't expect her to be there.
How do I?
Yeah, you're welcome.
How do I? All right, I'll just.
I got cut out for that.
Yeah, that's what happened. I'm having issues with the cameras, but it would just be it's just be me at this point because I don't trust you guys. So yeah. So anyway, that's where we ended up. That She has gotten divorced now. You can check
What a
out
story.
her YouTube page. She's mostly got songs about ghosts. She's got a song called Haunted. She's got a song called Last
Oh,
Supper. Here was the weird thing. She's got a
What?
she's got a bunch of songs that like she's got like I don't know like 80,000 subscribers on her website. Most of her songs have like 65,000 views, except there's one about Christmas that has like 600 views. So check out her Christmas catalog of
It's
spooky
just
songs.
those. It's like the ghost of past, present, and future have each viewed it 200 times.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's exactly.
Yeah.
They're checking. They're like, hey, we heard we might have some luck. Maybe. Yeah.
He didn't stand a ghost of a chance.
Yep. hmm
Jeez.
Woof.
Seriously. This is the point in the show where I encourage people to like and subscribe. It lets other people know that you enjoy the content, and it lets them know that they will enjoy the content, and it reminds you that when we have new shows, so it's a fun little thing for you to do. Just click the like and subscribe buttons down below wherever they are, and it will mean a whole lot to us. If you could do that, that would be wonderful. Anyway, anything before I forget? Anything more on this, or do we want to move on to our newish segment?
No, this is great. This is wonderful.
Okay, so
This is a lot of Star Trek jokes that can happen.
actually, before we go into our newest segment, we'll go through these quickly because we already probably way over time of our honorable mention stories. These are stories that were interesting and fun, but not maybe enough to talk about through a whole segment. Although we'll probably get distracted. Come on. Tip to the next one. Subway to give Subway sandwiches for life to one person who agrees to legally change their name to Subway, which is the plot of an episode of Community.
I'm saying,
Oh.
Community
There you go.
predicted this.
Yeah,
hmm
and they're doing it. So far, nobody has won. So it's not too late. You can go to I think it's like name yourself after Subway or .com or some shit like that, and get. And the thing is, it's not free Subway sandwiches for life. It's like a gift card for $5,000 worth of things at Subway, which is probably for life, but it's a lie.
Do we know? I'm sorry, quickly before we move on. Do we know if it has to be a first name?
Yes, it has to be your first name.
Oh.
Has to be.
It has to be your first
Okay.
name. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Cocaine sharks out of Florida may be feasting on dump bales of drugs. Why
Very
is this
smart.
not a movie? I was
Yeah.
I was
We
at
had
a
cocaine bear. Why aren't we having cocaine sharks?
right, I
Good
was
point.
I was at a party this weekend and somehow cocaine sharks came up, probably from me. And
Yeah, that
literally
sounds about right.
literally like
That and sex parks.
yeah. I mean, this party was definitely a party where sex parks were probably discussed. But yeah, that look from Rachel.
Yeah.
I'll explain later. Yeah, every 30 seconds when we're talking about cocaine sharks, people join in the conversation. People love the concept of cocaine sharks. The unfortunate thing is right now we haven't seen any cocaine sharks. They're all theoretical. They believe that cocaine gets dumped off the coast of Florida and sharks may be eating it. But apparently there's something ethically wrong with feeding cocaine to sharks to see what they'll do.
What? You're kidding.
Yeah, so nobody will do it. So, sharks and parks need to. You're
another-
working against me.
Yet another new segment for this show.
Yeah.
Sharks and parks. Yeah.
Story number 3.
Oh, we have a volunteer. 646 guy will do it. Brian will do it.
Yeah, please record it. We'll all make a lot of money off of it. Please do it.
All right.
Our third and final honorable mention story for this week is family operates $7.6 million recycling can smuggling scheme. It was a family that lived in Arizona, but you can't recycle cans for the same amount of money in Arizona as you can in California. So they took $7.6 million worth of cans from Arizona to California before getting caught. I don't know how they didn't get caught. Think how many cans
That's a lot of cans. That's so many.
Yes. It's an easy
Like,
math
are
to
you
do
just-
that I'm not going to, but it's...
Are you just shoving them in trucks? Like, how is that happening?
That's
Yes.
my question.
Yeah. Yeah. They just realized that they could make money off of it, and they just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and it was worth it to like rent vehicles and stuff like that. But you're really not supposed to do it, and they got caught. Yeah, there's a Seinfeld episode about that. Yeah, it's so they California is trying to get them arrested for doing that. So
Wow.
anyway, that is our honorable mentions for this week, which brings us now to our new segment. Now, I was trying to figure out what interesting thing we could do for What the Fact, and I remember that Rachel, who is the person we've had a guest that I have known the longest, one of the people who I've known the longest that's like not technically blood related. Rachel and I have known each other for a really long time. As we were discussing before the show, Rachel took Latin in all of the schools that you could take Latin in. She knows every word. She knows all those sort of things. So I thought rather than What's a Fact, I would try What the Word. And so I will give you guys a word, and everybody will try and guess the definition of it. I will show you the 3 possible definitions, and you will pick the one that you think is right. For this first question, I'm going to come to you first, Rachel. I'll bounce around. Let's see if you can get it. I feel like you're going to know.
Whatever you think is fair.
I feel like you're going to know like half of them, and I'm going to be really, really upset. All right. So, word number 1, crapulence. Is crapulence? Come on, jump forward. Word, the thing. Come on, work button. There you go. Is it having expensive but tacky items? Is it sickness caused by excess drinking or eating? Or is it being a very proud hoarder?
I do know the answer to this one, and it is B.
It is B?
It is B.
Okay. What do you think? Do you agree?
Do I agree?
Yeah, do you agree?
I mean, if I hear that said so strongly,
confidently?
I trust Rachel. Yes,
Okay.
I'm in agreement. I also probably would have chosen it anyway because to me, A and C seem like they're misleads or misdirects. Yeah, I
Okay.
do love A though. A is really fun.
Yeah.
It is really fun.
And you're right. It is in fact B. Hopefully, you will know less of the words going forward. But I don't know. I may have just walked into a buzzsaw of person that.
Oh no.
knows
I
something.
I think you're on the right track because here's the thing. When you take Latin for a really long time, people assume you are a very smart person. And this is not the case. I maybe was a very smart person at one point, but I have lost a lot of that and become very much a dumb in the last 8 to 10 years. So I'm really excited to see just how much dumb I can bring to this.
All right. Well, we'll see. We got our next word. Simordenlap. Is Simordenlap the technical name for a fanny pack? Is it a screen with no words such as ah? Or is it a word that forms a different word when reversed?
Excellent. Well, I do not know this one. So I am going to guess a word that forms a different word when reversed. Because Palindrom, it's because Simordenlap is palindromes backwards. Yeah. So I'm guessing that has something to do with the answer, which is C.
Okay. You're going to go with C.
That is my final answer.
As is Lynette, as is Tommy.
As is Brian. Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone's going with C.
You're going with C? Okay.
Well, I can't fight that many C's. I simply cannot. I was on the fence between choosing B and C. I don't think it's A because I think you put fanny pack and lap to try and throw us off.
Okay.
With the LAP. But I thought maybe it could be B, but I too much confidence, so I'm going with C.
Okay. You guys are right. You guys are right. You guys are good at words. All right, Grolix.
Oh, it is palindromes back.
It is palindrome backwards. Yeah.
Look at that.
Growlix. Is Growlix a string of symbols to replace profanity? Is it the metal at the end of a pencil, or is it a mirror that makes you look thinner? I'm gonna have Heather go first this time.
I was gonna say.
That way I stand a fighting chance.
I think it's A. Oh fuck, or is it B? Oh no, now I feel like I might have heard that it was B. But I also feel like it could be A. It's not C. I do not think it's C.
Joyce going with B.
I'm going to jump in here and say it is A.
Okay.
The string of symbols to replace profanity. And I think I could be wrong about this. And to our millions of viewers, I want to just ask, is it the kind of thing where I don't know if it's the kind of thing where it's like, it represents a full word, or if it's just like the exclamation point you put in like the U and fuck to make it not fuck. I'm not sure if there's a different name for one of those, but I'm pretty sure it's A.
Okay. Lynette is going with A as well. Linguistics degree says A. You guys are correct. It is that. There is also referred to, I believe, as an obsidicon. Is another way of referring to it. But yeah, Growlithe.
Bless you.
Yeah, is the collection of symbols. I believe it is. I believe from seeing the definition that was actually there, it is all of the symbols, as opposed to just like an exclamation point changing the way that the word is.
Gotcha.
So where you guys are on it. I don't know. I should have gone with the other stuff.
This word is great. I don't know what it means.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce exactly what that word is. But is it the bowl that your hands make, sort of like when you go like that?
Okay, I'm doing it.
I couldn't write out the whole thing. Is it the grumbling that your stomach makes, or is it the residue left behind a barrel of bourbon after it's emptied?
Oh, this is a tough one. Heather, what do you think?
I think it's B. I'm going with B, the grumble your stomach makes.
That's what my gut says, too.
It grumbled a yes.
I'm not going to stop raising these eyebrows. No, I'm going to stop. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's also B.
Okay. All right, we got a couple of A's in the chat, though.
Yeah, Lynette and Joy say A. Sarah says D, my halfling bard. Right. Topping wants it to be A. Brian is emphatic that it is B.
Okay.
Okay.
The actual answer is, in fact, B. So now you know.
Holy.
Now you know. Not that anybody will remember that word, because that is a very weird-ass word. So we're coming up on two shorter words, which will hopefully you'll not be able to decipher.
Right.
They're some of my favorite words that I discovered when playing this little game. Barm. What is barm?
What?
I feel like that look on Rachel's face is she already knows what this word is. So
I can neither confirm nor deny.
okay, is barm the foam on beer, the shape your butt leaves in the snow, or the hose of a bowling ball? Again, I'm going to go to you first, Heather, because I feel like Rachel's going to ruin it. Not ruin it, you know what I mean.
I'm gonna go with B because I feel like I would know A and C.
Okay.
Interesting.
I have a lot of people saying A.
So just as uncharacteristically incorrect, I do not know this word.
Okay.
But I'm going to guess A.
You're going to guess A.
I mean, everyone in the
'cause,
chat
like,
is with you on that.
Barmy is a thing that I think the Brits say, and they drink a lot of beer. The pub culture, so sure.
Okay.
That's my logic.
Okay.
It is, in fact, A, the foam on top of a beer.
Wow.
All right, we got one more. I'm hoping that maybe this is the one that you guys just don't get right
Thank
away.
you for rooting for my failure. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Look,
Yeah.
I put a
All
lot.
friends do.
I shouldn't. It took 2 fucking hours to find these words and put the graphics together. So when you guys get them in like 8 seconds, it's like, fuck me, you know? So like, I'm looking for more of a struggle here so that I feel like all the hard work was worth it. Which brings us to our last word for this segment, which is Zarf. What is Zarf? Is it a cat that weighs more than 50% overweight? Is it the cardboard that protects your fingers from hot coffee? Or is it wanting to puke but not being able to?
I think it might be A.
Okay. Are you going with A?
I'm gonna go with A.
So wait, Heather, I need to know what's pulling you to A.
He said the word Zarf, and in my mind, I got a picture of a cat. So that tells me that somewhere in my somewhere subconsciously, I have seen somebody say this word about a fat cat.
I think it's an acronym that stands for the Zoo Alliance for Reformed Featherlings. and it's for birds that used to be terrible and are now way better, and are in zoos. That's what improv can do, folks. Study improv for a long time, and you too can come up with acronyms on the spot or what they mean, and there's a 50-50 chance it's going to be terrible. So bravo, everybody. Hey, wow, this is a tough one. You know what? I'm going to go with Heather. I'm going to say a cat more than 50% overweight.
Okay.
What do our friends in the chat have to say about this?
Chat says mostly B.
Oh,
and Brian says B, and this is when it helps to have had a fling with a Starbucks barista. So we might be getting some inside knowledge there.
Can I change my
right?
No, I'm locked in.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You're locked in.
Right.
Just for my own personal sanity, because it is in fact B. So
learned a new word.
Yeah.
Oh wait, should I be crushed by this, Dustin? Should I be very sad, or what's most satisfying for you?
No, I think learning a new word will make me satisfied. The fact that
I feel really good then, because I'm excited. Thank you, Brian, for.
Why is it called Zarf?
I have no idea.
If you know the reason, put it in the chat.
Yeah, if somebody knows,
love to know why is
Zarf.
it actually called a Zarf?
Yeah.
And if someone can go put in the chat what name they think a cat should be called that's more than 50% overweight, I would really like to see that crowdsourced.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. We're counting on you to help us figure out this word. So that is our what the word for this time. I will potentially do it again with other crazy words that maybe some people won't know, but apparently everybody knows words. Apparently, fucking people know what Zarf means. I figured Zarf, I'm going to get, nobody's going to know what fucking Zarf means, but, people all up in that word. So,
well, thank you for working so hard.
It's an Arabic origin, meaning vessel? Seriously? You even knew? Jesus Christmas.
Wow.
People know shit.
Dustin, thank you for putting so much effort into this.
Thank you.
This is exciting. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciated that. I needed that. And I will. That makes me feel a lot better.
Brian says, dude, Google. I used Google.
Why? I can't. Again, once the show starts, I can't use Google, and I assume that you guys are following the rules of things that if I can't do it, you can't do it. I feel like that's, I feel like there's got to be some integrity in this world. So that is our final thing for what the word, which brings us to the return of our new segment. Available now, of which I still have not created a graphic, and we're probably gonna have to take a little bit of a break from because I have to find new things. I kind of I try to use a lot of them.
I'll help.
Okay.
I'll help. I will help.
Heather, do you want to take us away?
Yes, I would love to. We have some really ridiculous, silly products today. Our first one, you've heard of the Ocarina of Time. Well, we bring you the Bocarina, or Bocarina perhaps, and it's a nose flute. And it's in fact a thing that you hold up to your nose and you blow through it to make music. And it's exactly what you think's going to happen. As a person with sinus issues, everything about this is horrifying to me because all I can think of is snot, breathing, more snot, nastiness. Ew, exactly.
But Heather, do you want to see it in action first, or do you want to wait?
And please play it while I read some things that you'd like to know about this.
I think you're going to want to listen to the whole thing, but I don't know.
Oh, all right, and then I will read to you some things, some facts. Oh, wow, Dustin. How did you find this? This is like Hannibal Lecter giving a tiny guest concert. God.
Yeah,
Yep. Been doing this. Wow.
All right,
Also,
I'm gonna leave it there.
Choice. A plus. Any,
Outstanding song
you were
choice.
to ever debut a new musical item and you're not playing it to Africa by Toto, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And now I understand because I was like, oh, Dustin, are you going to play that review? Because it's like there's a review in Amazon of a guy playing it. And Dustin's like, oh, no, I found something much better. And I was like, wow, I wonder what Dustin found. Now I know. Now I know.
It was just there. I typed in nose flute, and the second result
that was the first thing that
was
came up.
fucking Toto's Africa, and I was just like, yeah, this cannot not be
Of
in the
course,
show.
you have to. I mean, I would be upset if you didn't. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So some things to know about this. Amazon itself wants you to know customers usually keep this item. This product has fewer returns than average compared to similar products. It is a high-end nose flute with perfect sound and professional stage quality. Currently the best produced nose flute on the market. I feel like I am doing an infomercial for cocaine in the 80s, by the way. It is high-quality material, dishwasher safe, wide pitch range, easy to play, comparatively little air needed, easy and intuitive to learn. No complicated fingering.
Look,
That's what it said.
And
Yep.
everybody knows that a sign of a good instrument is that you have to rubber band it to your face. Like that is
Yeah, right.
always,
Yeah.
you know.
I am fascinated to know too that there are competitors. This is
Yeah,
not
there
the
are
only.
competitors.
Somebody got a nose flute and was like, "Well, this isn't cutting it. I got to improve on this."
Yeah, I need to improve this. Hopping asks a great question. Let's see if I can find the algorithm for like what did other people buy at the same time as this.
Oh, and six for six guy. Don't worry. I almost had the 55-gallon drum of lube. That's one of the items. It is not, but it was so close to being. He wrote that in the comments.
Oh
it was
my
so
God.
close to being there. It had one of my favorite comments was that it's great for old folks' homes where they do it a lot, but everybody's dry.
The
Oh my
nose
God.
flute.
No, the 55-gallon of lube.
I really wish it was the nose flute.
Yes.
But hey,
and
who am I
to-
to deny anyone that much
To
lube?
answer, to answer your question, things frequently bought with it: a set of 12 nose flutes, or a jaw harp,
Mhm,
which
mhm.
It's for
Yeah,
future
a jaw
episodes.
harp.
Like,
future episodes. Yep, jaw harp.
I'm going to get real with you all for a minute. Once you have one nose flute and you have 12 apostles, what do you do?
What do you do?
You buy
Right.
a set of 12 nose
I
flutes for
mean,
your
If,
apostles.
if
That's what
you're
you do.
not playing the nose flute at the Last Supper, you didn't. It wasn't even the Last Supper,
Why
obviously.
and then why? I mean,
Yeah.
and then obviously, like you get to have a culinary experience. You get to have an auditory experience,
Mhm, mhm.
and you get to live that life in 3 dimensions. Right? It's
Yeah.
living history. I'm just saying.
It is. It is. It's pretty amazing. My God, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Reviews are exactly what you think. Most of them are like, this is a gag gift. One person is upset because they said it's made of only 2 pieces of plastic and the internal piece, a fipple, which, as they assure us, that is the real word, was assembled incorrectly, so it was virtually impossible to play. I appreciate that there is a nose flute nerd in the reviews here that was like, mine was incorrect.
We learned Zarf and
Right, we learned
Fipple
Zarf.
today.
Now we've learned Fipple. Yep.
Kids, what
Yep.
words do you want to know?
Yeah, what would you like to know? I appreciate Jane from the UK who said what I thought, which is, this is so much fun, just try not to snot in it. You're
that's
right, Jane.
all you would do.
Absolutely.
It would just be a
Yeah.
field that's not.
Not
Yeah.
for allergy season.
Not for, Brian says, I'm waiting for the nose flute to have a solo with the Boston Philharmonic. I hope that's coming soon.
Yeah, if
I
they're
would watch
brave,
that.
they'll do it.
I'd watch it. Yeah. So that's the nose flute. And then
Yeah.
our other product, I don't hate this product, not going to lie. It's called the Creative UFO Waterproof Hands-Free Umbrella Rain Hat Headwear Cap Raincoat Outdoor Fishing Golf child, adult, student raincoat cover umbrella.
See,
And it is basically, yes, it's basically, it's like a hood with a giant shield. Kind of looks like those collars you put on pets when they've had surgery, only a really big one attached to a hood, and it's supposed to keep the rain off you. Now, there are things about this that I don't hate. Walking in New York City with an umbrella, it's annoying. Doing this would, like, you know, A, your hands are free. B, everyone's going to stay the fuck away from you because you're walking in New York with this. People are not going to be freaked out because it's New York, but they will not go near you. And if they do, they're going to bump into you, and that's their problem. So you know what? Lynette's right. Hoodbrella would be a great name for it. That would have worked. And no. Alas.
I mean, you definitely are getting your face very wet with this. Aren't you?
Yeah.
Like
a cone of shame for humans is what Topping says.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Topping is correct.
See, what I love about this, though, is I think everybody is collectively understanding this because we're using so many dog terms in here. I think this is a tie back to our first news story. I think this is specifically made for Toko, for the dude in the dog suit.
It's made for Toko to wear.
Yeah, this is like ideal for surgeries. God forbid, you know, knock wood that Toko is very healthy and never has to have any vet care. But then also, you know, like, hey, it's great for trots in the sex park. Or the regular park, as we call it, Dustin.
You know what? You might be onto something, Rachel, because let me read this one note in the description. The biggest advantage is liberation of your hands, so you are free to play in the rain and even rain jobs. So clearly Dustin is correct, or Rachel, you're correct, and then it's for Dustin's sex parks.
Rain jobs?
Rain jobs, that's what it says.
Is that a thing?
It is now.
I didn't... Can you give me a little bit more explanation as to what a rain job is?
I am going to leave that up to all your imaginations. I think you know exactly what a rain job is, and whatever it is that you think it is, you're correct.
I'm gonna get us moving on because we're gonna be way over because we still have like a third of the show left.
No worries. I will point out my favorite review of this said it was only okay for Pokemon Go. 3 stars. Only 3 stars.
It was only okay for Pokemon Go. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And rain jobs.
All right, Rachel, I think it is your turn. What are your items?
Sure. Well, my first item, and I'm really proud of this one. It is, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right. It is made by Leo, and it is a decorative cotton linen square printed funny pattern throw pillowcase cushion cover that's 18 by 18 inches. It is a funny Christmas gifts for men. So clearly people have really learned to like SEO pack their titles. But Dustin, would you mind pulling up the image of what this is? Because I just don't feel like I can do it justice. Thank you. For those of you who might not be seeing this as well, I just want to read to you what the throw pillow cover says. It says, "I'm not always a dick. Just kidding. Go fuck yourself." And you know what I love about this too is so immediately, first thing, like right out of the gate in the customer reviews, people note, "Hey, beware. There's no pillow included." Okay, this is a pillow cover, my friends. If you want this stuffed and fully, fully filled, it's going to take a little work, but it's worth it. Because if I have ever met a gift before better suited for, I don't know, first meeting your partner's family, a communion gift, you know, say you're about to. I don't know, have some penile implant or even a vasectomy. You know, this is a moment when the dick is on display, right? The dick is taking up most of the real estate here, and I think that's what counts. It's really a statement piece, and it's really letting people let you know you walk your talk, and that's what I love about it. Just to read a couple of the quick reviews about it. Diana Alexander says, "Husband loves it." 5 stars. Husband loves it.
That's it. I love that. That's it. 5 stars. Husband loves it.
Yeah, the world needs to know. The world needs to know about this. This will help.
Right. I also want just to call out another 5-star review from White Rose. Perfect for man cave. And then White Rose clarifies, perfect for hubby's man cave. Big hit with all his friends. softer than I thought for a linen-esque pillowcase. Not quite soft enough for a face until you wash it well. And this is great news because,
Wow.
yeah, I'd say
Okay.
that's true of most dicks, right?
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
That's
Thanks
fair.
for letting me go there. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for me, this feels like a babysitting moment. Just to curl up on the couch with a movie. But how about you all? What does this bring to mind for you?
I mean, when I saw this, I immediately thought of you, because
thank you.
it reminded me a lot of one of the best reasons to be friends with. There are many good reasons to be friends with Rachel on Facebook, but her April Fools, which I don't think you've done in a few years, but
No, it's been a minute.
but for many years, Rachel would just do very hostile April Fool's things that were basically like this pillow. So the minute I saw it, I just immediately thought of you and your April Fools being very angry at people.
Thank you.
So-
Thank you for that.
My God, I love it. I love it.
It brought positive thoughts to my mind about you. So if I got it, I would always think of you whenever I looked at it.
And that's really all I hope for, is just a constant like Horcrux of me in your home.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's this.
I do not believe that Joy would allow for the purchase of this in her home, nor do I know that I would want to have it, but it's nice to know it's out there.
Here's what I would suggest. Just get the casing. Don't get the insert pillow. And it can just live in folded up really
Inside
small.
another pillow.
It can live either inside another pillow. That's a great idea too. I wasn't even thinking of that. I was thinking of just burying it under a floorboard for whoever buys your place next to discover one day in its all of its decrepitude and just being like,
I like that too.
these people were committed to a lifestyle.
I'm also, I mean, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to bleed on it a little bit. That way,
Obviously.
Great. I support
that they know
There's
some
going
shit
to
went
be a
down.
knife with it. Duh.
Right.
Yeah, I do support that.
Yeah.
Cool. Do we want to move on to item number 2, or Heather? I didn't mean to. If you have anything that you want to jump in on this,
I have nothing to add. I love this. This is right up my alley. This sense of humor is 100% me. I love angry things, so I would own this. Yeah.
cool. Cool. Then, Rachel, what do we got for item number 2?
Well, friends, allow me to introduce to you 2023 new Baby Yoda toothpaste cap Yoda toothpaste hat dispenser. I think we get the point. I can go through the rest of the SEO description if it really tickles you, but I think we get it. It's a Baby Yoda head that you pop on top of your toothpaste, and when you squeeze it, the toothpaste comes out of Baby Yoda's mouth, or Grogu, as we now know, Grogu's mouth. Sorry for spoilers for those of you who are just still catching up on The Mandalorian. It then goes onto your toothbrush. And what I want to say about this is that I am shocked that this is only a 3.7 star item. I have to say my dad was a dentist and often complained about the fact that people use too much toothpaste. And one of the top complaints here was that not enough toothpaste gets out. But guess what, friends? You're using too much. Just takes
Why is that a
tiny
complaint?
little bead. It is a complaint in the comments. People are saying you can't get enough out of it.
No, but why is he complaining that there was too much? Like, who gives a shit?
That it's too much toothpaste. You waste toothpaste. Apparently he was mad about that, and also because toothpaste can be abrasive, especially if you're brushing really hard, and it can wear down your enamel. So
I'm just saying how much toothpaste I use is my business. I'll use as much toothpaste as I want.
your bathroom, your business, man.
Yep.
Listen to you. But I do want to call out that, even with items that are as clearly marketed and branded as this one is, I love that people are still finding off-label uses for these things, because right top comment right there, Ari says, cute top for a pencil. This is a really cute product. However, the amount of toothpaste that comes out is extremely small, which, as we know, is better for you. And you wind up popping the head off your toothpaste tube. As a teacher, now think about that credibility. As a teacher, I found this product to be useful as a topper on a pencil where the eraser end is at. It actually looks fine and cute that way, and it fits perfectly, but of course cannot be used as an eraser, but that's fine. I would have given this 5-star had it been able to dispense product faster and in volume as well. Otherwise, it's a good price and product. And that's from July 16th of this year. So I just want to say thank you, Ari, because, much as like Ozempic came out and we were like, hey, great, type 2 diabetes sufferers are now taken care of. People found an off-label use for it to be like, hey, I just dropped 35 pounds out of nowhere. And, so what if I'm, puking and shitting myself all the time?
Right.
Right. It's weight loss. Similarly, Grogu, toothpaste topper, pencil topper, right? This is what American genius and exceptionalism is about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just surprised that none of you are upset that Grogu's vomiting on your toothbrush.
Hey.
I mean, I'm surprised that nobody said, like, just what I wanted, rabies. Because that's what it looks like to me. It really looks like they're like, yeah, baby Yoda has rabies. And then it's like, oh, we're going down the old Yeller Road. Okay.
Is that what's happening in the next season of The Mandalorian?
I believe it might be, yes. This is a precursor.
Oof.
Yeah, and once they've gotten to this point, what else are you going to do? Like that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, got to take them out back. Boy, oh boy, we've Disney. Let us know. We'll take residuals. It's fine.
Yeah,
we're clearly working here during the strike, and I don't feel great about stabbing. But when we have beanless like this boiling over, what can we do?
Yeah.
Jeez. So you guys would both purchase this?
Oh, I've already bought my box of 12 to go along with my 12 new nose flutes.
12 nose flutes. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, just remember everything that we're pointing out here. You can purchase.
You can go online and purchase.
Do you have affiliate links set up, Dustin? I certainly hope so.
I don't. I need to. Yeah. We'd make upwards of like 8 cents.
Monetize it. Get that slightly under a tenth of a dollar.
Oh my God, nose fluid, baby Yoda. Yeah, we could. Why would we not printing money? All right. So we'll move on now. Last week, we came up with an item that, as you guys remember from last week, we agreed that our last item would always be something that is a good idea for you to purchase. Last year, we agreed that googly eyes make everything better. This week, I'm going to make a correction.
Uh-oh.
The googly eyes do not make everything better. There's one thing, and maybe some folks in the chat will disagree. I do not believe that googly eyes belong on a leopard skin men's thong. I think they detract from the goal of the thong. I don't agree with this outfit in general. I don't know why I'm referring to it as an outfit, but I am referring to it as an outfit.
No, that's correct.
But I do feel like throwing googly eyes on this creates like a second relationship with the person who you're with. Like you don't know which eyes to look at. Like odds are the googly eyes are going to be looking sort of down because of the way gravity works.
But this is the one time that you can say to your partner, eyes down here, buddy.
That's true.
I am so sorry. Like Heather, Dustin, I know we've all been friends for a while, and Heather, I don't know where your opinions are on this, but I feel like we could not be further apart on this because I feel like this is nothing but a value add.
You think googly eyes?
5 stars. Yeah, absolutely.
I do actually think this would make this entertaining.
Listen,
and would sell this.
I do not. I was not intending to get so personal and reveal so much about my proclivities tonight. But for me, this is it. This is
your number one item.
This is it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I had way more questions about the flaps on the side. Is this supposed to be like an elephant?
They're ears, right?
It's ears.
Well,
it's a cheetah print elephant.
Well, I mean,
you don't see in the wild.
No. Mm-mm.
I mean, the flaps I think are where you attach it to the legs or something. Like, I'll be honest.
That's what the strap is for. That's the thong part that's going around here, and you got a part that's probably going up your butt crack.
Yeah.
Those are there for decoration.
Yeah,
You're not putting your legs through those.
I'll be honest. There were other pictures that I didn't include that I still don't know how I would put it on. It felt like
Well, rather than a hypothesis, like when you actively tried it on, how was it
Yeah.
for you?
Oh, very
Yeah,
comfortable.
in the
It was
sex
very
part.
supportive.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's it's nice to have something
It's sex
to,
park
to
approved.
hold you like that. Yeah. So that is
This elephant's going through the rambles, my friends.
yeah. So again, that is available for you to purchase if you want to. Going forward, we'll have affiliate links.
Dustin showing his Father's Day gift. An old friend has appeared in the chat.
Jeez.
Welcome back,
Yeah.
Morning Roast.
So as is the tradition, with this segment in week 3, the third item will be something that perhaps you might actually want to purchase. Although it turns out that the previous item was something that you guys have probably ordered already. So the third item is actually business cards, and in this case, it is business cards to let people know that they park like an idiot. It gives reasons why they're parking like an idiot, and then you just place them on a person's car. These are not to scale from the business cards that you would actually purchase. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought
yeah.
they were actual business card size.
Yeah.
They are actual business card size. The image that they
Oh,
created
got
for
it.
them is a
Okay.
lie.
Okay.
But yeah, this feels like an actual like good thing to have around. If somebody is parking like an idiot, you can explain to them why they're parking like an idiot.
I would love the New York City version of this, which is you walk like an idiot. I would really enjoy having that option.
Yeah, I mean, it turns out you can get any type of card printed. So
Oh, okay.
you know,
Yeah, attention, you walk like an idiot. Flip
Yeah.
over to secrets, and
yeah, that's
Yeah.
something we can all make.
there's a lot of good reasons.
Yeah, this particular one is only like $8 for like a couple hundred of them. So
Okay.
you know, if you're thinking of letting people know that they park like idiots, this is a great way to do it.
Mhm.
So that is our available now segment for this week. I'm not even going to read what Morning Roast wrote because I'm sure it is very mean to me. So we will just move right along.
It's 4-6. I usually carry chalk so I can reserve for morons only, and that's a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they have chalk available
Oh,
at
God.
Amazon as well.
So funny.
That brings us to the end of our show.
What? No.
I know, but we went so over because we were having such a good
I
time.
know, but it didn't feel like it.
Yeah, the affiliates are going to be pissed off at us. They had to bump Black
Yeah.
Local News. It's a whole thing.
True.
Big Mustard's breathing down our necks, but you know what?
Yeah.
That's what we're here for, folks. We're here for the truth,
Yep.
and we're here for you. That's who we're here for.
Yeah.
Next week. No, I think the musical act got canceled. We had to bump them, unfortunately.
Oh.
I sent one of my cats to go break the news.
All right, so Rachel, where can people find out more about what you got going on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Rachel.Scherer. And I'm going to be doing some shows up at the Sirius Comedy Theater in Beacon, New York. It is a great space. Lots of fun shows there. So I'll be there hopefully coming up in August and September, doing a show called Back to You in the Studio. That is a newsroom format.
Nice.
And that's with Jamie Fallon and Beth White. And I may be popping up at the pit here and there. We'll see. But yeah, you can find out more on Instagram.
Nice. Awesome. And Heather, what do you got coming up?
I'm still delighted by names that I love hearing with Rachel. So I didn't give you this to put in the chat, to put on the graphic, but I will have it for you for next week. But in 2 weeks, Red Shirts, my musical improv group, is going to be appearing at FlameCon in the Sheraton in 52nd Street. Yeah, we're going to be, I think we're Sunday at 12:30, but I'll have all that detail for you next week. So in the meantime, follow us on Red Shirts Musical Improv. It is an amazing festival for all LGBTQIA plus nerds. So please come.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
And then for me, I don't have anything major coming up. I mean, I don't have anything coming up soon. We do have a Roadhouse show on August 29th, Tuesday, August 29th. It's the sketch group that both Heather and I are involved in. The last show sold out, so get your tickets early. We had to turn people away.
We
it was
turned
very
people
exciting.
away at the door. Fights broke out. There was
Yeah.
chaos. Like, truly.
Yeah. So get them early this time. They're not on sale yet, so there's not much you can do about it right now, but there will be. And you can follow me at DDADDATO on Instagram, and you can follow us at Super Important Stuff. And I'm going to be at a local park.
Creeping on strangers.
Yeah. Come on, Morning Roast.
It's the sex park.
Bring the Skittles in traditional rainbow flavor.
Bring the mushroom. Listen,
that's
I'm
your
going to do my
offering.
best. I'm going to do my best to be able to report back on these mustard Skittles next week, y'all.
Okay. Cool. For the end of the show, where am I in the right place? For the end of the show, for those of you who didn't catch the news, the sad news from today, Paul Rubin, also known as Pee Wee Herman, passed away after a battle with cancer, which was very sad. So we thought we would leave today with a moment with Mr. Pee Wee Herman. So assuming this works, hopefully it doesn't, and I'm not playing a weird thing. But otherwise, we will see you guys next week.
See all you partners later. But first, I'd like to leave you with a little piece of advice. No matter what happens till the next time we meet, don't lose your cool.
You're here to make us all cry, Dustin.
Aw.